Women are amazing, fascinating, and unique beings that offer so much to the experience of life. And in some cases, they may be even more unique than expected. In this episode of FTD News, I'll be exploring cases of 5 surprising women that actually exist. Welcome back to another episode. My name is LEROY KENTON, and before I get started, leave a like on this video and subscribe and ring that bell for more unbelievable videos like this. Starting at number 5, we have Rama Haruna. As the story goes, Rama Haruna was born healthy, yet when she was about 6 months old, she started to suffer from a mysterious condition. This condition actually stopped her arms and legs from developing. And you know, we have the privilege to use our arms and our legs freely, and I couldn't even imagine what it would be like for somebody that didn't even get that opportunity in life. And speaking about this, her mother, Fadi from Nigeria, had this to say. From 6 months, when she learned how to sit, that was when it began. She didn't learn how to crawl, she started with a fever, and that was it. Then stomach pains, then her body parts like hands and legs. So far, her illness is not diagnosed, and Rama, of course, heavily relies on her family to move from place to place. And in order to transport her, what her family does is carry her around in a plastic bowl. Now, some professionals have told the family that they believe that Rama was actually affected by a jinn, which is a supernatural being in the Islamic faith. Number 4 brings us Tiffany Goggle. She's from Brooklyn, New York, and she suffers from Charcot-Levin syndrome, or JLS, and it's a bone growth disorder that means that her spine actually formed into a curve, making her torso shorter than average, and that's at 3 feet 9 inches. Due to the way her spine grew, she is only 4 feet tall, and despite her organs being compacted, she has been declared one of the healthiest people that have her condition. Now, she says that the public treat her like she's a total freak, and they stare at her and they try to take pictures of her, laughing at her, make funny jokes about her. But Tiffany, who's a professional dancer, believes that performing from the age of 5 actually helped her retain mobility and flexibility and helped impact her confidence. She enjoys wowing the crowds with her dance talents, as she believes that it shatters strangers' misconceptions about what she's actually capable of. Tiffany is a dancer with Heidi Latsky Dance Company, and she said, "Dance has saved my life. It has helped me to continue being mobile and has kept me active and healthy. I didn't expect to be able to professionally dance. I didn't think the dance world would accept someone like me, but I was hired because I'm very talented." Originally, it was believed that Tiffany wouldn't survive. Her spine curves like the letter C, so it never fully straightened, and the doctors didn't think that she would walk or have any brain capacity, leading up to the days that she would eventually just pass away. And doctors were completely wrong in this case. Now, to help shatter the false beliefs of JLS, Tiffany speaks to parents of children with the disorder, and she continues to speak about it wherever she goes. Meet Xiao Fang at number 3. Now, she looks more like a 60-year-old grandmother, but get this, she's only 15 years old at the time of recording this episode. But why? Why does she look so old? Well, her much older physical features are all due to a rare condition that has caused her to rapidly age. Xiao, who's from China, was diagnosed with a genetic disorder called Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome as a child. And that condition is one that she inherited from her mother, and it shows up in a way that makes it seem like she's actually aging a lot earlier. And there's, to this day, no cure for this. Because of this disorder, she had to quit school after being bullied on a regular basis. And I felt so bad for her when I was researching this story. But you know, there's a huge plot twist. She was actually able to afford the over $70,000 operation with the help of crowdfunding, and she was able to get a new face that she always dreamed of, one that makes her look like her age. Xiao said that her goal in the short term is to return to school in hope of one day becoming a doctor or a nurse. And I mean, it makes perfect sense. Who wouldn't want to give back to help care for others when they went through something so traumatic and were able to overcome it through the help of dedicated medical professionals, as well as just people who want to help. So good for her for wanting to give back. At number 2, meet Cassidy Hooper. This is another remarkable story. She's a brave woman who was born without her nose and eyes. Now, doctors say that Cassidy was born with a rare congenital disorder cancer, although they haven't been able to pinpoint the cause of this. To surgically construct her nose, doctors had to draw skin from her forehead and pull it down so it continued to get a blood supply. And this was then stitched and folded to make it look like a nose. They then had to graft one of her ribs to use as a nose bridge, and the process to get a new nose started for Cassidy back in the year 2007. At that time, the doctors had to carve a space for the nose to sit. Cassidy has a bright future ahead of her. She hopes to one day just be known in the world of radio broadcasting, where she's actively pursuing it right now. And the woman at number 1 is Jennifer Bricker. Jennifer Bricker is an American acrobat and aerialist. She's also an author, public speaker, you name it, she does it. But hear this, she was born without her legs. Jennifer was given up for adoption at the hospital as soon as she was born. An American family, Gerald and Sharon Bricker, adopted Jennifer and raised her in a small town in Illinois. Even though Jennifer couldn't have a normal life growing up, her parents never let the word can't be part of her vocabulary. If she wanted to skate, they said they would tie roller skates to Jennifer's hands and go from there. It was because of their encouragement that Jennifer was able to pursue volleyball, softball, even basketball, and she never saw her disability as a limitation. Now, her sister, Dominique Moceanu, who's a retired Romanian-American gymnast, she was a member of the gold medal winning United States women's gymnastics team back in the year 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta. And it turns out that Jennifer actually idolized Dominique for years before finding out that they were actually related. Jennifer found out Dominique was her sister when she turned 16 years old. And her parents confirmed this news after Jennifer asked about whether or not she was adopted. And now Jennifer is a professional acrobat, and she's gone on tour with Britney Spears. She also tours as a motivational speaker and has authored her memoir entitled Everything is Possible, which I actually bought. So guys, as you can see, extraordinary women definitely exist. And each and every one of these women definitely inspire me to never give up and never look at challenges that I face as something that's just gonna completely stop me from pursuing my dreams. So if you enjoyed this episode, here's another one that I recommend. Just tap the annotation right here, it'll take you right to it. Other than that, thank you so much for coming back to another episode of FTD News. So I'll see you guys every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Alright guys, see you later. Boom.